Yeah, I think they've done, I must say, well in a lot of games. I've been happy with that. I think it's one thing is that partnership. It's also what is the 4 players in front and what is the structure we have in general in the team that we need to constantly build on. But in general, I'm happy with both players' performance. I think they have been two of the I would say stable performers so far this season.
Just last one, would you be keen to take up his option?
I think we are very happy with Joao right now in every aspect. What will happen in the summer, we will need to see in the summer. Right now, I'm 3 months into my time here, and we are building something, and I'm very happy with Joao.
Tom. Hi, Thomas. Back to Bryan from Mbeumo.
Yeah.
You developed a lot of players over the years. Maybe he's the most impressive example where you're taking from in Championship to a 20-goal forward in the Premier League. Can you sort of explain a bit about how you worked with him and how you improved him, or what you can take from that when it comes to working with someone like Brennan Johnson here?
I think, of course, it's a lot of it is also down to Bryan's mindset and how he works with a lot of things himself, because the player is the player that they need to be willing to work hard to develop every single day through good times and tough times. We always say that, but I think worked a lot over the years with him and the other coach as well, with how we develop his, I can say, goal scoring abilities. The first season he came in, I think he scored 16, 17 goals, which was incredible coming from Ligue 2 in France and going straight into the Championship. So there's a lot about over the years how he's arriving in the box, how he's finishing, but also his more consistency in the hold-up play, so didn't lose too many easy balls. And there was probably a little bit on that mental side of it, to be consistent, don't be too frustrated if it doesn't go too well. And right now, I think he's close to not the perfect player, but complete winger in many ways. He got pace, he can dribble, he can cross the ball, he can score goals, he can arrive on the last line. He works incredible hard. He is, he's a good team player. So, decent player.
Using that example, that own players.
Yeah, but I would say that's what I try to do through all my years in football. Of course, I know it's about winning and put a team out there that can win. But my mindset has always been to develop people. So that's what I try to do with the players we have here, together with the very, very good coaching staff we have. And how I do it is, try to have a positive approach to it. Of course, sometimes we need to be a little bit more firmer in spells, but it's about development. It's about, let's say, Brennan, how does he be more positive? What is his position when we build up? How does he arrive in the box? How is his linker play? Does he work hard enough? And that's conversations, that video clip, that is feedback, but it's constant feedback day in, day out.
I know you don't read press or follow the sort of narrative about Tottenham at the moment, but one of the debates has been about Brennan Johnson. He was obviously top scorer last year, scored a goal in the final, and a lot of question marks about how he fits in to the Thomas Frank era. He obviously had a mixed night the other night, scored pretty cold, but sent off as well, perhaps harshly. What do you view as his role in your team going forward? Not only positionally, but also responsibility.
I think first of all, I got 20 players, so I can only play 11. Then we need some that need to come off the bench, and I say this year we hopefully play more than 60 games, so that's a lot of games. That's one thing. In Brenner's case, I think he very aware of all his strengths. Also, he started the season well by starting, I can't remember what it was, definitely a few 3 or 4 games scored against Burnley and against Man United. And every single time he then comes in, then he scores against Doncaster, then he scores against Copenhagen. So So I think he got something that is extremely important, the ability to score goals. That's quite good. And that arriving in the box and also on the counters, I think that's a super strength of his. So there's a lot of bits I like from him. I think he is good to also to produce crosses and play around the side in those situations. I think he's tactical, clever player. I think he's a good player.
And just lastly, back to Solanke, but you mentioned a few weeks ago about Drazen being involved in a friendly during his international breaks.
Yeah.
Is there any chance of Solanke being involved in that?
Yeah. Most likely not.
And with that in mind, given it's November now, and this has been going for a while, is it fair to fans to expect him to play again before 2026?
I do hope so. I would say let's see what will happen after the international break. We're still going steps forward, so it's on track so far. Matt, welcome. Hi.
I think Spurs ranked 90th for shots per match this season in the league. You spoke at Brentford about making the chance bigger rather than great shoots from distance. So is that low shot count by design? What would you put at that?
I think 19 is probably not the... Then you need to be super, super, super good at creating the chances bigger, which I still think is a very important thing to do. I don't know the exact stat, but I'm pretty sure we don't top on creating the chances bigger. I don't know if you have that stat, but I think it's... I don't know, but I think it's probably a sign of that. We talked about it a few times, that the free flow attacking is not at the level we want yet. That said, which is, I think, quite natural with where we are with, unfortunately, a little bit new players and a little bit injured players. I think that's just part of it. No excuses. It's up to me to do what we can to make sure we put a competitive team out there while we keep adding those layers to be more able to create more shots and also, but especially high quality shots.
Is it also sounds like maybe a confidence thing in terms of it's sometimes easier to play an extra pass rather than take shots?
Yeah, maybe. I haven't thought about that because I think it's the right thing to take extra pass. I think it's good, but it's more even in that case the right thing to shoot. Then of course he should shoot.
And would you want the approach to sort of be different at home compared to away? Is there sort of benefit at home, even if it's not a great statistic, just when you don't get around cage?
Yeah, I thought about that, but then I'm always a bit aware of contradicting myself with messages to the players. But of course I'm aware if you shoot and create an opportunity and energy into the crowd is important, but I still prefer not to shoot for 35 yards. That's probably not the best idea. But in good positions and balance, I think it's a good idea.
Tom, and then finish with John, please.
So as you used to be so high in Bryan Mbeumo, would you like to sign him in the summer?
He's a very good player. He's playing for Man United, and I'm very happy for him.
Just looking at the table at the moment, there's 3 points between the 11. Wonder how many teams you think this season will sort of go to the top 4?
Good question. I don't know. I think it's. I think in general, I think the Premier League this season is probably the most competitive Premier League I've seen. This is my 5th year here, and every team is just so even. There's so little between the teams. If I see the other games, I'm thinking, rival between. I heard Slot talk about his Villa game. Small margins in that game as well. It is the smallest momentum change in games. It's not. It's very, very competitive.
Do you think that idea that the big 6, which we've got used to for so long, is now completely out of the window?
I definitely think I've said that also last couple of years. I think there's been, the traditional big 6. I think Newcastle is in there around the top 7. I think Villa is up there. And then that's suddenly 8. And then there's teams that have done fantastic over last year, I say Brighton, now Bournemouth also. So it's very, very competitive. And then it is just a different beast when you want to be up there to play Europe and compete in the league.
So with that in mind, how much of an advantage is it for a team like Man United where they don't have European competition as you?
No doubt it's an advantage. No doubt. It's, I said from the beginning, we want to be able to compete in both, because that's, if we want to get where we want to be, we need to be able to perform in Champions League, Europa League, and still top perform in the league. There's no two ways about it. That's for the fans, the status, the money, everything what we want, achieve, ambitions. But to have a week to prepare for a game, to have the freshness, that means something.
And Spurs lost a lot of games last season. Actually won 4 out of 4 against Man United. Wonder will you go back and look at those games? Europa League final, for example.
Yeah, we watch. I think it's. I didn't watch that back now, because I think that we looked at Man United now, and it was not the best game. What was? No, so I know, but it was a great win. That was the most important thing. No, so more watch. Also, there's new players for Man United, so it's more looking into that.
John, to finish, please.
You mentioned earlier that you're saying Spurs are far from where you want him to be. Does he just be brought it up in transfer windows, or that's what you got?
No, I think it's. I mean, I think there's two things. I think it's always take a little bit of time to get your team to fully firing where you want it to be, and compete consistent every match. So we don't have too many. Let's say we lost to Chelsea, but it was a much better performance. Okay, then probably a lot of people will be disappointed or whatever critical questions. But for me, it was the performance is the most important thing, because when you have consistent performances, then you just know you can turn things around better. So for me to be consistent in every game-ish, playing in, how can I say, be even more clear in the offensive part of the game. I think to compete on the defensive side, I think we ticked it quite well. And then, of course, I think every coach wants a fully fit squad to select from when you want to put a competitive team out there. I think that's no complaints. I know we will have. I know we'll play. I know we'll do well tomorrow against Man United. But it's quite good to have all your good players available compared to not.
Does that mean you also need some other strengths on with strengths?
I think, as I said from the beginning, I think we had a good squad. So I like to see first and foremost with the players we have here fully fit and available, ready. I think that's the most important thing.
I think. What did you make of that time you on when you were watching the neutral?
A game that meant a lot to both clubs and teams. But it's not often a final is a fantastic, beautiful football game. This wasn't. But for us, it was a fantastic win.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, good. Thank you. Good. Thank you, guys.